as for cabinet reshuffle, let me tell you, I don't have any timeline. The president has expressed his desire to reshuffle his cabinet, and he will do it. I don't know whether he wants to do it before October 1, but he will surely do it. So that's what I will say. He has not given us any timeline when he wants to do it, but he will do it. He has expressed his plan. He wants to do it. He wants to reshuffle. Then, as to the third fund problem, well, I don't know whether third fund has been doing a lot of work, helping universities, not just even education, college education or polytechnics and so on, but doing a lot of work. Well, government must have looked at the money accruing to it and must have felt that maybe if you take away 30% of whatever comes to it, it will also help the students who go to all those schools. Because that's what the whole idea is all about. The idea of NERFON is to make sure that all our children, wherever they may be, are able to go to school even if their parents are poor. So, and therefore cannot just be building assembly halls or laboratories without making sure that even the students who are going to use the facilities are able to use them with loans from NERFON. So that may be the logic of government, that let's TERFON also fund NERFON. The NERFON money will not only come from TERFON, there will also be budgetary allocation from the federal government to TERFON, to NERFON all the time. So this one is supplementary. It's not only the money that NERFON will use. So I think, does that answer your questions?
Can I add some? Yeah. Yes. I'd also like to add some things to what Mr. Bayo Onanuga has said. We also need to realize that the president's decision to reshuffle is also based on empirical evidence. You know, he has said it when he was doing the retreat for the ministers that it was going to, they were going to have periodic reviews, and the decisions that are extracted from those reviews will be used to make that final decision. I know he's gotten a couple of reports, and as Mr. Onanuga said, when he's ready to do that, I believe he will. There was another thing that was also mentioned in terms of funding for NERFON. Don't forget that recently in the president's speech during the protests, he also ensured that some monies gotten from illegal activities were moved to also fund NERFON. And he did that and used it to fund both NERFON and Credit Corps. Also, there's something else that this government has done. All universities before used to give a portion of the IGR. They used to remit it to the federal government. That has been stopped. So all IGR that universities get, because you mentioned universities and how they can fund themselves, we know they need a lot more funding. We know the budgetary allocations to education can be improved, but a lot is being done, at least in the interim, to bridge whatever funding gaps that they have. And then in terms of Coca-Cola, at the end of the day, they're a private organization. But I also know that they've done one of the largest acquisitions in the foods and beverage sector, to go into juices in the past 5 years in this country. And I think they've spent almost $1.5 billion, in the past few years, which they're, backing up with additional $1 billion for the next 5 years. So I think the government is willing, the government is open. Just like Mr. Onanuga said in his brief, you saw that even more money and more investments are coming into this country. Total recently partnered with NNPC for the $550 million Ubeta project, which is a gas development project. And at the Vice President Shetima's meeting with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, about $320 million worth of investments were also pledged to the country. So I think that covers it all from this side.
No questions.